Hi everyone and welcome to a theme park worldwide news update. There really is no stopping Energylandia in Poland. Ever since the park first opened back in 2013, every year they've invested in new rides, roller coasters and themed areas. And over the past few years alone, we've seen the likes of Hyperion, Zadra and of course Abyssus all open up at the park. Major roller coasters in new themed areas. For 2022, later this year, they're going to be opening Sweet Valley, another new themed area, this time aimed at families. Honestly, the park just keeps on growing. It's become a bucket list for many theme park enthusiasts around the world. And obviously we've been quite a few times now and filmed lots of vlogs on the channel. And you know what? It's a park that I keep going back to because I've always got something new to offer. Well, over the past few days, there's been some information revealed about yet another new roller coaster set to open at Energylandia. This is expected to open next year in 2023, and it'll be a special ride for the park because it's going to be very unique and also the 20th roller coaster at Energylandia. Crazy, isn't it? This park hasn't even been open 10 years yet, and it'll have 20 roller coasters, which is absolutely phenomenal. Granted, a lot of them are kids coasters and family rides. However, these past few years, the big installations that have gone in, Energylandia are just growing so much and it is amazing to see. Now, let's go into some of the details, shall we, about this new 20th roller coaster that they're going to be building at the park. Now, this ride, there's actually been talk of for quite a few years. In fact, the park stated themselves that they wanted to build one of these. Then it all kind of went very quiet. We had Zadra, we had Abyssus, and then it's come back into fruition. And finally, this is going to be getting built. It's going to be the second ever Vekoma Tilt Coaster, which I'm really excited for. There's only one of these out there. It's in Taiwan, and I would love to experience it. I always have since it opened back in 2002. But yeah, look at this. It looks absolutely crazy. Of course, you move forwards onto a section of track and it tilts forwards vertically before dropping down and into the rest of the layout. Visually, they look stunning. In terms of how they ride, yeah, it is a bit of a gimmick, I guess. However, the look of it, especially with theming, this could be absolutely incredible. So that's what Energylandia are going to be building. Of course, like I say, there is currently the one out there in Taiwan. Gravity Max, and yeah, it's become a very famous and viral ride, that one, because so many people want to ride it, and people that have been there and done it, I've known quite a few people, and they all say that it is a bit of a gimmick. However, it looks the part, and you imagine that with Energylandia's theming that they do, we could be onto a real winner with this big coaster for 2023. Now, let's go into some more details then about the ride specifics that we know. So, as many people are aware, with Energylandia, they do get EU donations to help with the funding of the park. That's been the case now since it opened, and of course we've seen them on big signs around the park. You walk down the queue to the big rides and you see a sign and it says that it's been, you know, a donation from the EU has helped pay for the ride. Not fully, not 100%, but just a percentage is paid for by the EU. So this has meant that, of course, the park's been able to grow even more, and Energylandia have been able to invest in bigger and better attractions because of this. We know that the cost for this new tilt coaster is around £9 million, which is quite a substantial investment, but you've got to think Vekoma coasters do tend to be cheaper than other manufacturers too. Now, something else we know is that at the Vekoma factory, there is currently a large tower that has been built, and this is rumoured to be, and heavily now speculated since this announcement a few days ago, to be the tilt coaster for Energylandia, which is really exciting. Not got any photos of that, unfortunately, but yeah, at the Vekoma factory we've seen this big tower that's been built, which is really exciting. What we're looking at then in terms of stats for this ride, so as I say, the EU are partially funding this ride, so it does mean we get a lot more details as part of the application. A sign has gone up at the park over the past few days confirming that this is being built. It's the EU funded sign with the tilt coaster clearly on there, along with the document that's been submitted. And I've just been reading the document. It's in Polish and English too, and we've got these facts from it. So we're looking at 850 metres of track, so that's 2,788 feet, so a reasonable length, I would say, with this one. 45 metres tall, of course that's 147 feet, so yeah, a good height to it. And along with that, a top speed of 52 miles an hour. So yeah, it's going to reach quite a high speed going throughout the rest of the layout. But like I say, the rest of the layout's going to be good, but it's more about this main feature, this tilting mechanism that drops forwards, that I cannot wait to ride and just see it visually. It's going to be one of them proper moments that people are standing in a park and thinking, wow, that looks terrifying. And that's why I always wanted to ride the one in Taiwan, you know, because just to kind of see the reactions to people with that. Now, in terms of the elements on this ride, let's go into more details, because again, this has been confirmed in this application, what we've seen. It's going to feature a twisted vertical drop. Now, I just want to show you this concept art now from last year. We talk about the new Six Flags park in Saudi Arabia. I did a video on that last year, to check it out if you've not seen it. And yes, if you look at this image, you can see a tilt coaster, what looks to have a twisted vertical drop. Of course, this is very elaborately themed. I can wish the one at Energylandia is going to be themed like this. I really hope so. Don't get me wrong, Energylandia's theming is really good, but if we see anything like this, I would be amazed. But yeah, this isn't a concept from Energylandia. Like I say, this is from the new Six Flags Qiddiya park over in Saudi Arabia that's currently under construction, and they're going to be getting a tilt coaster too. So yeah, it's going to become a little bit more of a common ride. However, that will only be the third one, you know, of course, with this one opening potentially next year. So yeah, could we see a drop like that? Who knows? But it certainly sounds like it, with a twisted vertical drop. Along with that, some of the other elements we're going to be seeing are reversing camelback, an upward 0G roll. There's actually going to be 2 inversions in total on the ride. There'll be a triple down, so that'll be quite fun. A twisted camelback, an upward helix turn, another camelback, a barrel roll, a high sider, a flat carousel turn, a twisted bunny hop, and another final bunny hop. So yeah, they're all the different elements that we can expect. Quite a lot packed in, bear in mind there's 850 metres of track. So yeah, I really feel like it's going to be a good action-packed ride. Not the longest out there, but it doesn't need to be. It's all about that tilt mechanism and of course the other elements that are all going to build up this ride. So yeah, this is really exciting news. Like I say, the park have been kind of on about this for a few years, but we hadn't had any confirmation or signs of construction. In terms of at the park now, I believe that a piece of land where it's going to be built has started to be cleared. No major work has started yet, but I imagine in the coming months, especially as Sweet Valley is completed, we're going to see work starting on this straight away, because Energylandia do not mess about. Anyone that knows that part well will know they just keep on building, and when they're finishing up construction on one thing, they're already starting on the next thing. And that leads me on to the final thing I want to talk about, and that's the overall expansion and build quality of Energylandia, because we've seen some really good things over the past few years. However, I would love to see them just finish things off that little bit better. Aqualantis, the themed area that opened last year with Abyssus, is beautiful and it's a great area. However, there's some parts of it where the theming just hasn't been finished, like the Zamperla Disco, for example. It's just a metal structure, so I really hope we see them kind of go back and finish that. I'd rather them put a little bit more time and care and attention into finishing the areas off to a higher standard before going on and opening more and more rides. But I'm certainly not complaining. It's another big ride there. 20th coaster at Energylandia in less than 10 years. Wow. Vekoma Tilt Coaster look likely to open in 2023. So let me know your thoughts down below in the video comments. And if you've not been to Energylandia, get yourself to the park. It's absolutely incredible. We've got loads of videos and vlogs from there here on Theme Park Worldwide. How exciting. I love it. That leaves me with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding.